Ragazzi, ragazzi,
Ragazzo,
ragazzi, ciao! Finally, again, the happy hour together. Wow,
yes.
Finally, we are together.
ciao Costantino. Emilio, Sebbi, what are you? Ah,
Hello,
ciao Sebbi, come va?
very good,
Very
very
good.
happy, very happy.
Can I show you the sixth happy hour guy?
Oh, there he is. Hey.
The sixth
Hello,
guy. Go, go, go. Where is Emilio? Emilio is missing. Emilio!
What are you doing? It's 2 minutes to 7.
Come on. We are precise people, you know? Eh,
You can't wait, eh?
we cannot wait anymore. Ragazzi, hello to everybody who joined already for the first episode. 200 people already with us. Unbelievable. Thank you for staying with us for this 1 hour. We will try to be very on time, right, guys? Instead of finishing at 8:30.
Hopefully.
Usually, we will try to be very precise. So many people from all over the world. Emilio, can you start saying some of the
Romania, Beirut, France, Germany, Albania, oh my
Hungary,
God, it's
Canada,
Estonia, Brazil, of course, Nigeria,
Azerbaijan, yeah,
Azerbaijan, Berlin, Argentina, Buenos Aires, of course,
Melbourne,
Turkey,
Melbourne.
Greece, of course, Canada, Hungary. Oh my God, unbelievable. Guys, can you believe it that we are here in season 4 of Dermoscopy Happy Hour?
Yeah, season four.
Incredible.
Emilio, can you remind the reason why we started? I mean, why you came up with this idea?
4 years ago.
Yes, because you were annoyed. Right?
I don't remember anymore. Maybe Sebastiano remembers.
No, I can remember because you were annoyed to be at home and doing nothing, and you wanted to share your loneliness with the with the friends online. This was at the time immediately after the COVID time. No?
Immediately after COVID. Yeah, the reason was that I don't like drinking alone.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
So, guys, we are here again.
Here again.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening?
There is a voice coming back, Seppi.
There is
Now,
an...
maybe it's your problem, Emilio.
No, it cannot be my problem.
I don't have any problem.
No, I just wanted to say that we are here, of course, me, Jeppy, Konstantinos, and Nisa, but the main person, thanks to who we are here, is Sebastiano Pelerone.
Grazie, thank you.
And also Francesco. Basta. And also Francesco from Meter, Federica, all the people, the friends from Meter who are helping us organizing this. By the way, Emilio, can you say briefly the new, let's say, format of the Dermoscopy Happy Hour?
Well, it's going to be a test. It's
Yeah.
going to be a test. We have an idea. The idea is that we will play this game, this one. So we will have every Sunday, let's say, a court here with the main accusant and the main defendant. That's going to be Nisa and Konstantinos alternating, and me and Jeppy will support the one and the other. And of course, the judge is going to be the audience. So practically, we're going to discuss about a few somehow controversial topics. based on a paper always. We will start with the analysis of a paper, somebody supporting the main idea of the paper, the other one criticizing, and then through this discussion and through many cases, we will try to approach a few controversial topics. That's the main idea. Of course, we always have something, some things that are standard, like our Penelope with her gift, like our Kahoot in the end, our game in the end. Another new thing is that we will show every time a selected case sent by the audience. So that's why we invite you to send us your cases continuously. And Sebastiano will be in charge of selecting every week the best case so that we present it at some point during the episode.
Exactly.
And that's all, I think.
That's all. Well, in order to make it more clear, Emilio suggested, Costantino, you have to have your black background. You have to have your black background, because
Okay.
the two defenders will be Nisa and Emilio for this episode, and the two accusers will be myself and Costantino. So
the bad guys for today, the bad guys are you and Konstantinos.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just make
Emilio sent the background in the chat, Costas.
Jeppy,
Okay.
question of the week.
Exactly. I sent you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we start with the question of the week, which is of course related to the topic under discussion today. Do you prefer metaphoric terminology or analytic terminology? Of course, in relation to dermoscopy, not in relation of life. In relation of life, we use metaphoric, right? I'm Jeppy. Jeppy is a metaphoric term. Emilio is metaphoric. I mean, it's not an analytic description of Emilio.
Can you do an analytic description of Emilio?
So it's a very long way to go, because we have to say he's a guy with no hair, with a beard, with a nose. So it's a very unspecific, while Emilio is very specific, yeah, but metaphoric. So let's see how things are going for the moment, because of course, after, you see, very close.
50.
Ah, very close.
Wow. Analytic
Like the
is the winner, but just a little bit above the metaphoric terminology lovers. Very nice result. So we will test again at the end of the episode, because we will speak about it, and let's see if you change your mind, or if you don't change your mind. Definitely, I'm sure you will not change your mind. But let's see, let's have fun. So, Nisa, it's up to you to start.
okay.
You see, Costantino became black. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my screen, dear friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I'm very excited. And I'm going to support the idea of analytic and descriptive terminology. So the language should be a balance between clarity, ease of use, and accuracy for sure. And let's see who will win at the end. Terminology plays a critical role in communication, research, and teaching. In dermatoscopy, the language we use shapes our understanding. While metaphors may be easier to remember, their ambiguity creates long-term problems in practice. Descriptive terms, although more complex at first, are better for consistency. The dermatoscopy vocabulary has expanded significantly with numerous new terms, and many of which are metaphors. This expansion has created confusion and made it harder for even experts to keep track. And the main problem is the metaphors are often ambiguous, redundant, and overly complex, making them difficult to use consistently, which can impede learning and research.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yes.
And
Oh,
the okay. And the advantage of the descriptive terminology is it's based on just 5 basic elements. They are lines, dots, clots, circles, and pseudopods. Just these things. And these can be combined with color and spatial arrangement to describe complex dermatoscopic features.
so
The
Nizam,
advantage,
Nizam, just a
Yeah.
second. Since it's the first time we do the test, we should decide, JP, if we should allow the two fighting opponents to intervene a little bit. So if Konstantinos wants to interrupt and say something during Niza's presentation, in my view, he's allowed to do it, no?
Allowed to do it. Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I was just testing whether objection will work. It's okay. Next time I will do it for real.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, Konstantinos is very gentleman. Always. So
It's so nice-
the
it's so nice
advantages
to
of
be all together again.
descriptive terminology is it's the simplicity and objectivity. It's straightforward, less ambiguous, and based on universally understandable terms. And the reproducibility is very advantageable because it ensures more accurate and reproducible diagnosis across different physicians and regions, essential for teaching and research. And linguistic clarity is much more prominent in descriptive terminology because unlike metaphors that require interpretation, descriptive terms are clear and leave less room for subjectivity. And the limitations of the metaphors, as I say, is ambiguity, because terms like chrysalis or brain-like appearance can be interpreted differently by different people, leading to confusion and inconsistency. And there are some cumbersome terms like metaphors might be memorable. They can also lead to long-winded, complicated descriptions that are hard to apply in clinical practice. For example, if I say white jade coin pendant sign, what do you understand with it? Can you imagine anything?
No.
I have to look at Google and see that it's this necklace.
Mhm.
Unbelievable.
Mhm.
And it's just used to describe an infection in AIDS patients, which is tularomycosis.
Mhm.
And the dermatoscopic feature is this. Do you think that they are similar? And actually, these structures are round, whitish, amorph structures with a central keratin plaque or a hemorrhagic ulceration. Let's see another thing. This is very famous, isobar sign. Actually, you have to know isobar. What is isobar? Because isobars are lines of equal atmospheric pressure drawn on a meteorological map. And actually, it's a very common feature of lentigo maligna. And in a descriptive language, it's very simple. It's just a hair follicle opening showing central black dot within a circle.
Okay.
And again, frog spawn appearance. What's that? I have never seen a frog spawn previously, and I have to Google it for sure. And it's this one. And this is used for warts.
Mm.
Hmm.
And what is that? Actually, in descriptive terminology, these features are dotted vessels centrally located within the papilla. Again, cheek blue pattern.
I raise my hand. I raise my hand.
Yeah.
I'm playing in favor of metaphoric terminology. I would say that here, the major criticism is a wrong metaphoric term. So it's not wrong, the metaphoric idea. It's wrong, the metaphoric, which was chosen.
So
So,
do you
how
have a
would you like
better
to describe
suggestion?
this?
Yeah. So instead of, I mean, there is another, for example, concerning isobars, there is another very nice metaphoric description, which is a circle within a circle. This is much,
Exactly.
Yeah.
let's say, still
That's
kind
not metaphoric. That's not metaphoric. Circle within a
But
circle.
yeah,
is
it's
not-
descriptive
Indeed.
because
Well,
you describe.
you're right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Autogol. I need an autogol.
Yeah, you use a descriptive language, my dear Jeppy.
Zepi, that's all right. We'll get back to them. Let them go. Let them
Okay.
go.
Go.
Let's go. Chickpea floor pattern. And this is chickpea. And this was used for white superficial onychomycosis. And this is the pattern, yellowish white opaque and friable debris on the nail plate concentrated near the proximal nail fold.
Okay.
Sunburst appearance.
Sunburst.
Sunburst.
It's described in lichen nidus. And this is not a
Okay,
sunburst. This is just
objection.
white structureness, as you see.
Objection, Your Honors.
Yeah.
Nisa,
And
Nisa has
yeah.
selected some terms that even we don't know. Let's go to the more
Yeah.
common one.
Yeah, but there
The
are a
ones
lot
that
of
we use on everyday life.
a lot of.
There-
And how about this one? Can you guess what is that?
Lambus.
Flambeau sign. I have never heard this.
No.
I had to
Come
look
on,
for the dictionary and see that this is torch, actually. And this was described in traction alopecia. And you see, this is the flambeau sign, and you see the torch here, and just the opposite side, just like that. It's very, very not understandable. Don't you think so?
Absolutely. By the way, trichoscopy is really full of metaphors. I mean,
Full of
exaggerated use of metaphors.
amazing. Yeah, everything is in metaphors in trichoscopy. This doesn't look like a torch. You see? And Dandelion vascular conglomerates. Have you ever heard about it?
No.
No? Okay, let's see. It was observed in seborrheic dermatitis, and dandelion is this flower, and it's just this yellow cloth surrounded by dotted or coiled vessels, and they described it as dandelion vascular conglomerate.
Wow.
Crawling snake appearance. Any idea?
Hi,
It's
Surreni.
again in trichoscopy, woolly hair syndrome. Actually, it's a serpentine hair shaft.
Yeah.
Mace sign. Any idea?
No.
Okay, let's see. It's again in trichotillomania and
Oh.
maces. This one,
Uh-huh.
actually, I think this is tulip sign as well. Don't you think so? Because the bulging distal hair resembles the head of a mace, and the longitudinal portion resembles the handle of a mace.
Okay.
And there are also cultural and language barriers. Let's see. Have you ever heard about this? Tapioca saga appearance.
Yes,
Actually,
I know it.
Yeah.
yeah, this is an Indian food. I have never heard about it. And it was described in vitiligo. And this appearance was called tapioca saga appearance. And
How
again, polka dot appearance.
tapioca looks
Any
like?
idea? Yeah,
Yes.
polka dots.
Polka dots. That's what I like this. I like this one.
Oh, it's a
Yeah, you
beautiful
like
sign.
it.
It's very
And this
nice. It's
is for
very
vitiligo.
colorful.
Polka dot.
Okay.
Wow, this is
But
And there
if
are
I can
also a
say
lot of cultural and country differences. Manchurian grave sign, Wakfu beef-like appearance, hill and valley pattern, hub and spoke pattern, like this. It's going on.
Why the Wagyu beef looks differently as compared to other beefs?
it's the fat distribution.
It's
Yeah.
The
Come on,
fat distribution.
You have to.
Okay. I see Nisa's point.
Yeah, but because these are cultures and countries, because, for example, for Indian culture, I have never heard about that food previously. I have to Google it again, like that. And according to the survey results of the International Dermoscopy Society, the consensus survey found that while many people are trained in metaphorical terminology, descriptive terminology is increasingly preferred by physicians due to its clarity and simplicity, like our poll. And a large portion of respondents use both terminologies but 23.5 preferred descriptive terminology, and only 20% preferred metaphorical terminology. And participants using descriptive terminology tend to be newer to the field, which shows that younger practitioners are more likely to adopt simpler and standardized approach. The familiarity and usage of metaphoric terms among IDS members were low, especially for newer terms published after 2003. Terms like moth-eaten border and strawberry pattern were known to a minority, indicating a lack of standardization and universal agreement. Descriptive terms like blue whitish veil or milieu-like cyst were more universally recognized and used. In everyday practice, clarity is paramount and consistency is very important. With descriptive terminology, everyone is speaking the same language, ensuring consistency across different practitioners and enhancing the quality of dermatoscopic diagnosis. Two simple examples. With pseudo-network, in descriptive terminology, it's very simple actually. Structure is brown, interrupted by non-pigmented adnexal openings. And again, for strawberry pattern, structure is red, interrupted by follicular openings. When you close your eyes, you can imagine it easily, the descriptive terminology. For example, I have an example, and this is a case of Professor Cliff Rosendahl, and I like this case very much. And what are these structures? How do you call these structures? If it's a melanoma, you should say it's a radial streaming. If it is a basal cell carcinoma, this time you should say leaf-like structures. With metaphoric terminology, diagnosis precedes description. And in geometric and descriptive terminology, we describe this as lines radial segmental, and which can be a clue to melanoma, basal cell carcinoma, or Bowen's disease. And which is this? This is a pigmented Bowen's disease. So with signs, description precedes diagnosis. And with descriptive language, while metaphors may capture our imagination, it's descriptive terminology that grounds our practice in precision, objectivity, and universal understanding. And my slogan for this presentation is, the language of clarity is descriptive language and the foundation of the diagnosis. And this is my last slide. I sent an email to Harold, and I asked him, please, Harold, help me, because we will have this Dermoscopy happy hour. We are going to discuss metaphorical versus descriptive language, and please give me some clues. And this was his answer. Hi, Nisa, just be yourself. Finally, there will be no winner. There should be an option. Both are fine. Thank you.
Brava, brava, brava.
Brava, 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 brava.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Let me do something because now I'm very passionate with my...
With your word.
Presentation.
What? What do you like to do? Emilio, what are you doing?
Go, Emilio.
You hear the clappings? No, because Lisa's
No.
screen is...
No, you cannot.
It was just nothing.
It was silent.
If you stop sharing, Nisa, if you stop sharing, I could give you... yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So now, Nisa, that's all for you.
Definitely Lisa convinced us 100%. Anyway,
What?
Costantino, say something, please. Say something.
By the way,
Absolutely.
you have the option to surrender. You can say, I surrender. I rest my case. I cannot even try.
Yeah.
We never surrender.
Okay, I like.
That's our motto. That's
I
our
like
motto.
I like it.
Starting with that. Two, I love Nisa's presentation. It had some very valid points. However, what Nisa did is that, see, my wonderful Nisa, she isolated very specific clues that indeed are very different, very difficult, and very culturally dependent. Nonetheless, what I will try to do is to, and I know that it is difficult because the majority of people were already for descriptive terminology, but we will try to turn this around, Jeppy. And what I, yes, so what I will do is one, I will take one of the most balanced papers, a very nice effort by Harold Kittler that Nisa addressed to, a beautiful paper from 2016, the effort to standardize the terminology in dermoscopy, dermatoscopy, and an effort to actually find the common ground among the two. It's a beautiful effort. But here we have the most commonly used terms in our everyday life, and I will try to see whether what is more intuitive. Is it a metaphor that's engraved in your mind? Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Like the polka dots, even the polka dots that Nisa selected as a more rare occasion. Now you saw it. You can never unsee it. Once you see it, you will always make the connection regarding these polka dot dresses and these beautiful ladies wearing these dresses. And let me start by welcoming everyone. It's such a privilege to be here among all of you. We have so many people among us, and the Dermoscopy Happy Hour has been like an establishment over the past few years. I love being part of it, and it's the place where I have the most fun while teaching. So the new format will be a little bit different compared to the previous years. We will have a jury, a courtroom, so to speak, where this court will hear expert testimony and justice will be served at the end, Nisa and Emilios.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
Of course, someone can object, but at the end you will be found guilty. Because you want the truth, but you can't handle the truth, my friends.
Let's stop threatening.
So starting with the lines. Okay, lines reticular.
Yes.
Has anyone ever seen a net? Does a net work? It works, and it interconnects, and it's beautiful, and you know it, and it's there. This works for typical network as well as atypical. These are beautiful lines creating this net that wants to catch fishes, but it never does. And moving forward, how about negative network? Reticular, hypopigmented around brown clouds. Okay, but you have the network, and then you have the negative network. Network is consisted of brown lines, brown and black. So what is negative? The opposite, white lines here creating this beautiful network suggesting a melanoma arising on a nevus. Or moving forward, shiny white streaks, lines white perpendicular. Let's be fair, it's a nice description. However, they're not always lines. Does anyone have any objection that this is a melanoma?
No.
No. But are these lines? No, they're not.
Lines and
the shiny white, they're blotches, they're everything. So shiny white streaks, they're white, they're shiny, and they're streaky, and they have some blotches. Yes, but in the mind, you have this idea that it can be everything. Lines white perpendicular, you expect to see something like this. And indeed, at some of these points, they are lines white perpendicular. But the rest of it is shiny white and streaky, more or less. Then again, going to so this is the table of the paper, the very beautiful work that Harold did in coalescing the two terminologies. So what corresponds to what? Here, you can see, for example, radial streaming, lines, radial, and segmental. Whereas here, it's streaming. You can imagine it moving forward. Like dermatologists are very, exactly because we do a lot of visual recognition, we imagine things in order to remember them. And this is streaking, this is streaming. You can see it pulling away. Why? Because it corresponds.
Can I interrupt? Can I?
Yes, by all means.
Konstantinos, you should be a poet.
Oh, my love, thank you so much. But think about it. What does radial streaming correspond to? It corresponds to melanocyticness at the periphery of the lesion, where they're trying to get away from the lesion while the lesion is expanding. So yes, it's streaming, it's pulling away. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. Okay, what is this? Maybe you don't know that it's maple and it's the leaf of Canada. But isn't this exactly the same? Whereas the court... come on. You're just objecting for the sake of objection. Here, lines radial converging to a central dot or clod. This is not converging to anything. It's just a beautiful leaf blowing its way through winter.
Common base.
Common base. Come
Lines
on.
radial converging to a common base.
You need to imagine the common base. You need to imagine the common base. Whereas it is a beautiful leaf. Then, cerebriform. This is the cerebellum. Isn't this exactly the same as this? Like, we know how the brain is structured. We have done it in anatomy. We have done it in pathology. This is the way it is. This is the way it should be. Whereas here, what do we have? Lines curved and thick. Okay, are these lines curved and thick? So instinctively, when you see this, you think of a brain or you think of lines curved and thick? Nisa, please, go ahead.
Sure, lines.
Constantino, go.
Curved lines, thick curved lines.
Constantino, go.
I just see.
Don't ask Nisa. Don't ask Nisa. Go.
No, but she will prove our point. She will prove our point, Jeppy. Then we go to the other category, clods. Okay. Rim of brown globules, clods brown circumferential. However, here you can see this rim. It's rimming the entire lesion. You know what it corresponds to. You know that it's growing, but it's rimming the lesion, and you have it embedded in your mind. Okay. Does anyone not recognize what this is?
Cobblestones.
This is... Come on, it's exactly the same. You've been to Rome once, you never forget it. It's the thing that you will always understand as an intradermal link.
Can I interrupt again? When you say cobblestone pattern, you just mentioned congenital nevus, right?
Yes.
Yeah. For example, is this a seborrheic keratosis clonal type? What's that? Looks like a clonal seborrheic keratosis.
Come on, it doesn't. Now you're being just precursors, just to be, just for the sake of it.
But when you say cobblestone pattern, you just mentioned a specific diagnosis. So instead of cobblestone pattern, you can say clots, brown clots.
Constantino,
just leave the diagnosis to your brain.
But yes.
Go ahead.
I will. I don't have many slides to go. Then again, come on. The concentric structures is like concentric. We all know what this is. Everyone can imagine a circle and then something around it, concentering it. The same stands with blue-gray dots, blue-gray globules. The once you have seen a pigmented BCC with the multiple dots in a backshot scatter, when you have once seen a gun being fired, you will always remember it. It's the way it drops, it flows. And finally, can anyone not recognize this?
Starburst.
What is it?
Starburst.
Circumferential radial lines.
Okay. circumferential radial lines, whereas this beautiful metaphor that is forever engraved in your mind.
Yeah.
And I don't need to say anything about peppering. Whoever has ever cooked in their lives and have dropped pepper in a food know that this is the way pepper goes all around the food. Finally, if we talk about the blotches and what blue-white is veils, come on, this is a blotch. You cannot see underneath it. And of course, this is a blue-white, and as Ralph Brown always says it, blue-white whale. It's a blue-white whale, like the whale that Ahab was always hunting. And no matter what language you choose, the thing is that we all love dermoscopy.
Yeah.
Bravo, bravo.
Great. Bravo,
Nice.
Konstantinos.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Bravo, bravo.
What are you saying? Are you now bringing a little bit more food to go to Nisa's part of the?
I think that we do not need it. I think that we won, but yeah. No. But I will try just a little bit. I will show one case, then JP, you show one case, and then we see what we continue. But before I show this one case, guys, I want to show you this because I love it. So look at this pattern and try to imagine what metaphoric term the authors decided to use for this image. Can you imagine? Try a little bit. Try a little bit.
No idea.
No idea.
No idea.
Say it. The
mind, lotus leaves on the water. So I mean, I love creativity. I love creativity. This free imagination that can reach the heaven, but it's a bit much. Anyhow, but this was not my case. My case is this one. This is my case, guys. So do you like this lesion clinically?
No.
Yes.
No.
BCC or melanoma, you think?
BCC.
It could be both.
Could be both. Okay. What about now?
Okay.
Okay. So my question to you is, so you are unsure if it's BCC or melanoma, I understand. Of course, you could put your money on the one or the other. But my question to you is, how would you call these structures here?
Radial lines.
Wait a moment, Nisa, it's for them. It's just to put them on a trap. Don't worry.
Tricks.
Okay.
Tricks.
So these are lines.
Yeah.
We can agree on that. They do not form a leaf-like structure. So although we know the diagnosis, they're just lines. But you have more important features trumping that can be described much better with
but this
the
is not my
metaphoric.
question. Would you like to answer my question and not the question that you like? So my question is, how would you name these structures?
Tricks. I would say I go for tricks.
Strix. Yeah, Strix. Okay. So basically you are trying.
Sorry. Which does not mean that I believe that this is a melanoma.
Okay.
Strix is a way to describe these pigmented lines at the periphery of a lesion, which means melanoma, BCC, Spitz, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you are slowly surrendering to the analytic term, because if you say Strix, this corresponds to confluent nest of melanocytes. Therefore, it's not a feature of BCC. It's a feature of melanocytic lesions like Spitz or melanoma. So the point is that
he didn't say radial streaming that corresponds to a melanocytic lesion.
Yeah.
He said Strix. Strix are lines, and they can correspond to anything, just like tumor nodules at the periphery of the lesion.
So the point is that you were not sure how to name because you're not 100% sure if it was a BCC or a melanoma. In the one scenario.
No. This is not the point. Even if I think this is a BCC, I cannot say that these are leaf-like areas.
Okay.
Konstantinos and Jeppe, how do you call these black structures? Blotch or something different?
I call it black blotch on the right side, 3 o'clock.
Yes, but if you say that you have a lesion with a black blotch and streaks, that sounds a lot like a melanoma.
Well,
Yes.
well, no. Let me show you my case.
Okay, go.
But it's not black, it's blue-gray.
No, come on. Let me show you. I mean, now I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed by all of you.
Jeppe, I'm on your team. Don't get annoyed at me.
Okay. I believe that you are right. I believe that new metaphoric terms should be discouraged. This is for sure. Okay, but you cannot tell me that from a teaching point of view, it's much better to say this is looking like fingerprints. This is remaining in your brain. It's remaining in your brain. Instead of using light brown, thin curved lines that do not interconnect, that do not interconnect to form a network. These tend to be linear to curvilinear. They correspond to small and tiny giri.
Thank you.
You can call them thin curved lines. Thin curved lines is also enough.
This is fingerprinting. This is, I mean, for a teaching point of view, I say this was named spoke wheel. I know I don't like spoke wheel, but anyway, it's a way to call it Jeppe, to call it Mario, to call it Penelope. And then you describe what is Penelope. Penelope, so spoke wheel areas are well circumscribed, radial projection, usually light brown, but sometimes blue or gray in color, meeting at the central darker cloth that has a dark brown, black or blue color. You cannot give the definition
try to be simple.
as the name. You know what I mean?
No, try to be simple. It's not just like that. It's for just description. You can call it radial lines converging. It's okay.
Radial line converging. I don't understand what is a
converging to a point. For example, I have never seen a spoke wheel. I don't know what it is.
But the question is,
I can't imagine what it is.
What I'm trying to say is that I fully understand your points, but I don't agree on this particular point that you make. And the particular point is this. The question is whether or not the analytic approach is better than the metaphorical terminology in reaching the correct diagnosis. In my view, no way. If you don't know what it is, if you use analytical metaphoric, you don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that this is George Clooney. You make the specific diagnosis because you saw him before, only in picture probably. But who is this lady?
Your sister.
My sister, but you know her. And nobody of the 400 people following us know my sister. So they cannot make the diagnosis, even if they describe her in an analytic way. You know what I mean? So it's not, this is where I don't agree. I don't agree on the fact that if you use analytic, you come to a better conclusion. You don't know what is this lesion, as previously Emilio showed. You don't know what it is. And therefore, you cannot say, this is a clear-cut, avoid nests and live like you cannot invent because they are not there. You have here a differential diagnosis between melanoma and BCC, right? And now you have to decide how to describe these features, okay? And of course, I agree with you. When you don't know what it is, definitely it's better to use an analytic, more neutral way to describe this lesion. This is a pigmented lesion with an unspecific pattern and an asymmetric distribution of colors and structures. Then I see some pepper-like granules. Then I see some ovoid nests, 12 o'clock, pepper-like granules on 8, 9 o'clock. And then, of course, I don't know how to interpret. Is it a melanoma? Is it a BCC? But who cares? The way you describe is not improving your ability to recognize things. So, in my view, we have to say that that you are right. Let me see where I am now. Okay, where I am now, yes. So you made beautiful points. When we don't know what it is, no way to know what it is in respectively if you are using analytic or metaphoric. If we didn't know my sister, I mean, you can describe her with all terminology possible. You will never know that she's my sister. But I mean, for teaching reasons, in my view, teaching to students that these are fingerprint-like structures could be nice. Of course, I don't want to use the bonbon toffee sign. You are right. Yeah, I will never use it.
Jeppy, we can describe your sister as a beautiful woman. So it's enough, I think. No more. The name is not so important as George Clooney.
By the way,
My teammate.
Sebastiano.
Bravo, Zeppi.
Opala. Sebastiano is trying to go. Sebi.
He's trying to put us.
Welcome to the new season of Happy Hour. That's Dermoscopy for those who really love what they do. People, another Sunday, finally, with a happy hour. Have fun with it. And don't forget the Medicam, one device for all of it.
Creative.
That's amazing.
Hey Santa, what do you bring us for Christmas this year?
A wonderful, incredible event, online event for Dermoscopy country.
Oh, it's the online academy, right?
Of course.
My cases of the year.
The cases of the year, everybody.
13th of December, 3 p.m.
Phenomenal.
Unbeatable.
Amazing.
Incredible.
By the way,
Allora, guys, of course, there are a couple of comments. They thought that I was getting angry, but I didn't get angry. I'm just
she was just trying
Passionate.
to defend a little bit. By the way, we have to say that, in fact, we love so much metaphors that we decided to devote an entire episode to metaphoric terms. It will be a combination of fun, I guess, and also new information because many of these terms really don't know them at all. Fantastic, wonderful. Okay. By the way, it's time. Maybe Sebastiano, do we have? Yeah.
Yes, we have the Sebastiano presenting the first case of the audience, but this will not the case of the audience because we didn't get any. So it will be your case, Sebi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, please send the case. I will present your case in this moment of the episode. Use a title, your name, surname, introduction, images, histological exam, and home message. So, the title is It's Just a Keloid.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, so what is it?
Just a keloid?
Yeah, it's just a keloid.
Melanoma, basal cell carcinoma. What would you do? Intralectional steroids plus. Wait and see. Wait and see is a good option, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. And look.
Pretend to be sick.
So dermatofibrosarcoma protuberans.
Nice.
Okay. Biopsy. Okay. We do biopsy, incisional biopsy. Atypical melanocytic proliferation. Okay. We do excisional biopsy. Dermal metastasis of melanoma, microsatellitosis.
Yeah. Okay.
In the past, he had hair surgery, and the previous histologic was of a typical Spitz tumor. And now the pathologist changed the diagnosis because he had a microsatellitosis.
So, to make sure I understood, this was a recurrence of a lesion that was previously excised and diagnosed as an atypical Spitz tumor, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Now it's changed. It is a spitzoid melanoma of 2.2. And after some years, 24.
How many years? How many?
4 years.
4 years, okay.
He
And
did
how old was
also
the patient, Sebi?
it's good.
How old?
He did immunotherapy.
How old? He's a young patient, right?
50 years old.
50.
50 years old.
Yes.
Okay.
And what is it now?
Okay. So now you can sum this situation. We have to understand if this is a keloid, yes or no.
Yeah.
And should we do a biopsy? Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. No, it's something else. No, it's just a keloid.
Meno male.
We did all the incisional biopsy, but nothing else.
Okay.
So the message is keloid might not be just a keloid.
This is a moment of wisdom, Emilio. Don't you think so?
Lloyd, yeah, that's another moment of wisdom. Yeah. By the way, this case is very interesting because eventually the patient, I understand that the patient is fine, correct? So no metastasis practically, just the local recurrence.
Microsatellitosis, yes, just
and
that.
microsatellitosis. Yeah.
No
In my view, it remains unclear if the diagnosis was melanoma or not.
Or a Spitz. Right?
Or a Spitz. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Bravo, Sebbi. Bravo.
Bravo, Sebastiano. So, guys, send us your cases because, Sebi will select every week one of them to present it at this time of the episode. And now...
By the way, sorry, Emilio, just 1 second. Sebi, it would be a very nice idea on the email that we send weekly to add a format so that the people can send it like already formatted so that it's structured every time the same. Okay?
Yeah. I prefer that people send with disorganization. Title, images.
Send the PowerPoint with blanks so they can fill it.
Okay.
Wonderful. By the way, there is a comment if we can remove the background music, but I don't think that we have background music, so hopefully we do not.
No.
So now we go to the next thing that we have to do for tonight, which is our beloved Penelope, who is again with us in this season, as usual with her magnificent cases, one for each one of us, starting as always with Nisa, the smiling sweetness. Yeah, the hand is the topic of the first case. 55-year-old, no medical history, light skin phototype, new recent pink lesion on the back of her left hand. That's dermoscopy. Yeah, that's a little bit closer. You see that there are a few vessels. There are some keratin stuff surrounded by halos.
Milia.
Looks like lichen planus, like keratosis.
Yeah.
Good option.
The background is a bit orange.
Yes.
Probably it's a lichen planus like keratosis.
Seborrheic keratosis, let's say, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What is this?
Okay. And in fact, seborrheic keratosis,
Yeah.
in fact,
With the cannet. Okay, we got it. Lichen planus like keratosis.
yeah, exactly. And of course, the clues are these keratin masses that surrounded by white halo, and also the vessels are in line with the diagnosis of a sepker. Yeah. Okay, that was the first case. Very nice. Second, for Konstantinos, the dermatologist colleague. So we have 80-year-old man with nothing from history. That's a dermatologist from Paris who has retired in the south of France. He has guessed that this lesion on the arm was just wanted confirmation followed by action. Okay, again, we are in the keratinizing family, as you can see. Yeah. A lot of keratin. Yeah, go.
Cutaneous horn with the basis of well-differentiated squamous cell carcinoma.
Yeah, very reasonable. Exactly. Cutaneous horn developed on probably well-differentiated squamous cell carcinoma. Why do you say this? You want to comment something, maybe?
Age.
Well,
And there's a frog sign. Frog? What was that metaphoric terminology? Frog?
The frog, whatever. Yeah.
The frog.
No, I mean, white, very, very well defined white circles in the periphery, along with the beautiful hairpin vessels with a white halo, signifying the keratinizing.
Of course, there was a differential diagnosis with a wart, right? But of course, based on the age of the patient, I mean, first thing we have to rule out is squamous cell carcinoma. Yeah. Good.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, and here are the clues that we already discussed, of course. Among them, the vessels that surrounded by the white halo. It's a typical feature of keratinizing tumors in general. Some words about the teras morphology is another metaphoric term. Orderly structural dermatoscopic feature, horizontal contours on the side of the horn. So with some imagination, you expect to see something like this. Yeah. Histopathological suggests orthokeratosis, consisting of horizontal parallel lamellae of dead keratin. Horse with benign histopathology base have a high incidence, whereas invasive SCC has the lowest incidence. And here you can see a few more examples, perfect illustration of the teras morphology.
Yeah? Okay. I understand now. Okay.
Now you get it. Wonderful. Very good. Then, Jeppy, for you, a blue-black case. That's the clinical. It would be too optimistic to think of a seborrheic keratosis, I guess.
See.
But that's the only optimistic thought. 80-year-old woman. Okay. Further examination. Awful.
No way. This is
No way that's a sepker. The question is BCC or melanoma?
your melanoma. It's the point.
Melanoma.
I would go with melanoma because of the black and blue combination. I don't think that these are comedo-like openings. Therefore, this must be a melanoma.
Yeah.
Excise immediately in your.
By the way, this is polarized light, dermoscopy, and a few in focus vessels are coming out.
Yeah, which could be a point for BCC. Of course, it's not so convincing, no way.
No, still I think is mostly I mean, the morphology is mostly in favor of a melanoma.
So quick action here, not BCC-like action. Yeah. Quick action. By the way, there are also some smaller vessels, not only the big ones. And in the end, of course, it was a nodular melanoma. Thickness, could you guess thickness?
Let's say
6 millimeters.
No, I would say 2, 3.
4.3.
7.
7. Wow.
7. I said
Brava,
6.
brava, Nisa. Yeah.
Okay, so chaos of structures and colors, of course, depigmentation, shiny white structures, very evident. Of course, shiny white structures may be present in both of these diagnoses. Ulceration, again, ulceration could be present in both, also in BCC, obviously. And the vessels, which are, of course, some of them are linear and thick, but also there are some thinner that you can see there. So a polymorphous, in fact, vascular pattern. And the blue-black rule that Jeppe commented, the coexistence of blue and black color in the lesion is definitely a clue for melanoma. Then the case for me on the nose, you see a lesion that looks more or less like a BCC, I would say, from a clinical point of view, mainly. 76-year-old, numerous actinic keratosis, ulcerated lesion on the nose, long-standing evolution, again in line with BCC, but the vessels are not at all in line with BCC. They are too many, too small for a BCC, short, linear, dotted, coiled, so that is not the case usually in basal cell carcinoma, but this could be the case in squamous cell carcinoma, and this could also be the case in more rare entities. I guess you agree. So
Poorly
SCC becomes now the most probable diagnosis, while clinically, for me at least, BCC was the most probable diagnosis. And in fact, that was a moderately differentiated squamous cell carcinoma. The arguments, I think, that we already discussed about them, ulceration, okay, but ulceration can also be present in BCC. The big difference for me are the vessels that are not at all in line with basal cell carcinoma. Wonderful. And of course, also some scales. And for the nicest of the coordinators, dear Sebastiano, the horn is back. Today, it's a day with a lot of horns. So you see the horn, 82-year-old, first dermatologic examination, asymptomatic, beginning to bother him, polarized and non-polarized light. It's obviously a horn. The point is if there is something on the base or not.
Actinic keratosis.
Yeah, cutaneous horn usually is pre-invasive, but sometimes is invasive as well.
By the way, very, very peculiar horn, very, wonderful. So exactly, actinic keratosis without dermal infiltration, perfect. And why do we say so? Because of the diameter of the base, because again, the terrace morphology.
Now terrace is becoming my favorite. Yeah.
I will go with the frog one.
Wonderful. So thank you so much, Penelope. Yeah, wonderful cases as always. And check if we have anything on the chat, guys, until I log into my Kahoot because I was logged out.
We need the second video. Very happy. Are you happy?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Bravo, Sebby. Bravo, Sebby. Now it's time to ask you who is the winner. What do you prefer, metaphoric terminology or analytic terminology?
I guess that if the answer both was there, that would be the winner, but it's not convenient for the game.
Yeah. But I saw many comments saying metaphoric.
Oh, Well,
One.
Metaphoric one. You were able to-
Zeppeli, mental high five.
Emilio,
Hey, Lisa, what can we do? What can we do?
unbelievable results.
I love you guys, so all of you.
Let's say
Fantastic,
this,
fantastic.
I mean, 55 versus 45 means that we need both, right?
It's a question, what's the future of a standardized language? Please tell me. Ah, no, it was just a joke. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should vote for both. That was a great. Thank you. We thank you guys so much. We didn't finish yet. We have our Kahoot, which I have to admit that it's not an easy one. Let me do what I have to do. Let's see. Let's see.
Bene.
Yeah. Do you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Ready to join. Now, I suppose the QR code is showing up and you can, of course, yeah, you can acquire the QR code, and then you get in. Of course, we need you to choose nice names. Huh?
It's lady.
Terras.
Terras.
Terras is definitely the winner of the episode, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Terras sign.
Wonderful. So you think that I should start, in my view? Yes, yeah?
I think so.
Okay.
Go.
Wait.
Perfetto. Let's see.
So five cases as always, 3 to 1. And here we are. That's the
Sorry,
first.
Emilius, because we have some new participants, they ask what they do now. So you can go to kahoot.it and enter, you either scanned the QR code, or you can go to kahoot.it and enter this game pin that's written underneath, 938701.
Okay,
And you can
join
participate
also
in the game that
afterwards.
we're playing.
So you can join also afterwards.
Yeah, of course. You can join now.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I like this one.
You like it, eh?
Yes, I like it.
You see the small angioma there?
Yeah.
I think so.
Show.
Okay. That's dermoscopy.
Oh,
Yeah, there is an angioma there. It's true.
of course. Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice, but you don't know what it is, eh?
Exactly.
So, would you like to describe it?
Yes. Let's go. There is a blue-white veil for sure. There are some black dots. There are some streaks at the periphery. There are some vessels.
Based on your description, if I did not see any image and I was just listening to your description, I would say that's a clear-cut melanoma.
Melanoma.
Yeah.
Of course, this could be a very
Yeah, but stop. It's a game, so you don't have to say the answer.
Go.
So, diagnosis. Do you think that this is a nevus, melanoma, angioma, or basal cell carcinoma?
Wonderful.
A nice one, eh?
Yeah, very nice. But
Amazing.
how nice is our professional life? Dermatology is such a
And my friend, that was a pigmented BCC, either you believe it or not. That was a pigmented BCC. Although although the vessels were the visible vessels. You see in the upper part, there are some coiled vessels visible. And also the blue is quite diffuse, while in BCC, usually it's more in the form of clots. Is there anything suggestive of a BCC in your view?
In my view, the color of the periphery is not sharp like in melanoma. Is a little bit this, let's say, how to call it, dirty.
It's this hazy brown
Gray,
at the periphery at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Anyhow, a tough one. I told you. Alb, McNivus, and Gianpaolo are leading for the moment. Case number 2.
Okay.
It's a very nice sepK.
Yeah.
Case number 2. Not so nice anymore, but true or false? That's simply a seborrheic keratosis.
Look how many people are playing. It's crazy. And how fast they are.
Yeah. Look.
Yes.
Oh, bravi.
Yes. That's simply a seborrheic keratosis. Not so simply, but that is a seborrheic keratosis. Wonderful, fantastic. What happened here? Alb still, McNivus second, and Lovr in the third place. Gianpaolo and Crazy Spizzi, the first 5. Number 3. You see that it's close to the areola. That's dermoscopy.
Okay.
Okay, and let's see the options. Diagnosis. Do you think that this is a Meyerson nevus, a basal cell carcinoma, a Bowen's, or a melanoma?
Very good.
Really nice.
Dermoscopy is beautiful. You see,
Dermoscopy is solving the question. Yeah.
of course, this is a Meyerson nevus. You can see clearly the eczematous reaction, the yellow crusts that indicate clearly an eczematous reaction. Of course, spongiosis, of course. So Meyerson nevus. What happened here? Alb still first, Gianpaolo now second, and McNivus.
Bye.
McNivus in the third place. Fourth case. Parapapam. Parapapam. It's the small one, this one, the small one.
Small one, okay. The rest is nothing.
The rest is nothing. That's dermoscopy. Very featureful lesion.
Look at it. Look at
And
Mhm.
true or false, this is simply a seborrheic keratosis.
We don't have LPLK as an option.
Is there a reaction?
LPLK is a seborrheic keratosis. It's not.
Interesting. Yeah. This is the toughest lesion you showed until now.
Yes, marginally won. We marginally won. That's a seborrheic keratosis with coiled vessels
Irritated.
mainly, but we always underline hairpin vessels, but coiled and hairpin often coexist in seborrheic keratosis. That's true, and also with some signs of regression. You see the melanophages there in the right part. So seborrheic keratosis in regression, in initial regression, we can also see the milia-like cysts, the sharp demarcation. Tricky lesion, but feasible in my view. What happened here is that Gianpaolo is the first now, followed by McNivus and Lovr.
Yeah.
And
Gianpaolo is your Gianpaolo?
Yes, it's my
He's
job.
working with you?
My
Yeah, yeah.
Gianpaolo.
which brings us to the case number 5. That clinically is this one. I guess that clinically you already have an idea of what it should be.
Yeah.
Look what happens when we look without dermatoscope. This happens.
Oh,
Oh,
completely different. Completely different.
Diagnosis: lentiginous melanoma, reticular seborrheic keratosis, basal cell carcinoma, or Bowen's.
Ah, wonderful.
This is located on the leg.
Doable, doable.
I would go for collision, to be honest, but
Yes, but that's why I did not include collision in the options, because otherwise, morphologically, it was reasonable to think. Of course, there is a BCC. There is for sure a BCC.
Yeah. Okay,
But-
come on. You were very, very,
Very kind.
very unpolite.
No,
Yeah.
I was not unpolite. It would be unpolite,
he was very polite.
No, you have to say collision. Yeah. To
but
be
it's not a collision. Everything was a BCC.
everything is a BCC.
Everything was a BCC. Yeah.
Ah.
That's the
This is
impressive.
on the leg,
Although,
Emilio?
it's
Was it on the leg or
Yeah.
back? You remember?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Of course, the point is that these polygons here are so much looking like the gray angulated lines of lentigo maligna or lentiginous melanoma in general.
I would have said seborrheic keratosis.
Yeah. But the majority of the people were still correct, 110 correct answers. And let's see what happened in the podium.
Very good.
The first episode of the year. Shisi, number 3. Macnivus, number 2.
Yes.
Gianpaolo.
And yes, Gianpaolo.
Bravo.
Bravo, Gianpaolo.
Wow. Gianpaolo won. This is the second time Gianpaolo wins, actually.
Maybe third or fourth. He's very
Yeah.
You know that we
smart.
banned. You know that we banned Kezia. We didn't allow her to.
Asia.
After winning also the World Congress in Buenos Aires,
He got all the rewards.
Hello,
Gianpaolo is here.
Jeff.
Gianpaolo.
This is the third time.
Third
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Hai capito. So after the fifth, you are
Congratulations.
banned as well.
After fifth?
You are banned, so you cannot participate.
Okay, okay.
No, after the fifth, first of all, you get already your specialization.
Yes, but I'm finishing.
Diploma.
I'm finishing.
Yeah. Without exams, you just get it.
This is a nice option, JP.
No, not without exam. 4 tricky questions.
Oh,
Yes,
okay, I'm not
Gianpaolo, you need to be
reasonable.
careful.
Wonderful. Congrats, Gianpaolo.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you for the show.
Bravo.
You tomorrow.
We should
Guys.
give a dermatoscope for the winners, 5-time winners. How about this
The
idea?
5-time winners. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Bene, ragazzi.
so very much. That was, I think, a nice start of the
Bene.
season 4. I think that I like this format. It's very, interesting. I think so. So
Yeah.
I think that we did a record in the number of participants, although it was only the first episode of the season. I think that we had a number like never before in the past. So we thank you so very much, all of you, for being here. See us next Sunday, again with another controversial topic.
Good. Ragazzi, un bacione. Baci, baci. Do you love me?
We
So
adore you.
I love you.
I love you.
The winners, Konstantinos and Jeppy.
All the best. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.